Hello my dear students, today's video is about determinants part 2 where we are going to learn about adjoint of a square matrix, the application and the concept. So hi, this is Rahul and I welcome you all to my channel. Here we are providing mathematics content important for schools, for 10 boards, 12 boards, joints, JEE mains, JEE advanced and also for different BTech, MSc, MTech, BSc, everything. So hi, welcome to our channel again and I look forward to see you all in the video. So hello students, welcome back to your channel. Today we are discussing determinants part 2nd, which is lecture number 8 of the linear algebra series. So let us quickly get into the topics that we are going to discuss. So today we are going to discuss adjoint of square matrix. We are first of all going to discuss the concept and then we are going to do an application relating to the adjoint of the square matrix. So to start with, about adjoint of a square matrix, so we have to find two things here in order to find out the adjoint of a square matrix. The first one is we need to find the cofactors of the matrix. Now regarding cofactors of the matrix, I have already given a video which is just the previous video of the determinant, that is the part 1 of the determinants. So if you don't know how to do the cofactors of a square matrix or of any particular matrix, I will just tell you to watch that video. It will be given in the description and also I will put it on the I button so that you can easily access the video. So anyway, so this is the first thing that we need to do. We need to find out the cofactors of the matrix, and the second one is we need to find the transpose of the new matrix. That is, after finding out the cofactors, we will form another new matrix and we will find the transpose of that particular matrix. Now regarding the transpose also, I have already demonstrated in the previous video how we are finding the transpose, what transpose is all about. So again, you can watch that video, and anyways in this particular video also in the application we'll be doing this, so it will be understood for you guys. So let us quickly go down with the formula to find out the adjoint of A. So as you can see here, the adjoint of A is given as cofactor of A and to the power of t, that means it is the transpose of the cofactor of matrix A. Whenever we are finding the cofactor of the matrix, we will find the entire cofactor of all the matrices, put it in the newly formed matrix and then find out the transpose of the matrix. So in this way we can find out the adjoint of the square matrix. Now let us quickly go to the application of finding out the adjoint of a matrix. So as you can see in the question, there is a matrix given to you and you need to find out the adjoint of the matrix. Now in order to find the adjoint of the matrix, first of all you need to find the cofactors of the given matrix. So let us find out the cofactors one by one. So A11, that means we are targeting the element which is on the first row and first column. That means we are targeting this one. So what will be the cofactor of this one? So simply we need to put -1 to the power of the address, the sum of the address, that is 1 plus 1, which is 2, into the determinant of the minor of this particular element. So if we need to find the minor of this particular element, we need to just eliminate the row and the column concerning this particular element, and whatever is left, the determinant of that will give me the minor. So 6102 is left in this case. So if we find that determinant, that means 6 into 2 minus 0 into 1, which will be multiplied with -1 square, which is again 1. So the total answer we are getting is 12. So this is how we are finding out the cofactor. We need to first of all put the power of -1 as the sum of the row and the column of that particular element, and after that we will put the minor of that particular element. So the minor will be 6102, the determinant of that, which is 12, multiplied by -1 whole square, which is again 1. So the answer will be 12. Similarly for the next one, A12, 12 means row, first row, second column. So first row, second column. So we are talking about this element. We are finding out the cofactor of this particular element. So that will be -1 to the power of 1 plus 2, which is 3, into the minor of this particular element. If you eliminate the concerning row and column, so whatever is left is the minor. So -1, 1, 2, 2, the determinant of that. So when we find the determinant, that will be -1 into 2, which is -2, minus 2 into 1, which is again -2. So -2 minus 2 is -4. Again with -1 cube is also -1. So -4 into -1 will give me 4. So this is how we are finding out the cofactor. Again I am repeating what we need to do. First of all we need to put -1 to the power of the address here, 1 plus 2, that is 3, and after that we need to multiply it with the minor. the minor of this particular address. The minor of this particular address will be this element. So the address, the minor of this element will be, you just need to eliminate first of all the column and the row, and whatever is left, the determinant of that, that is -1, 1, 2 and 2. The determinant of this, that will be the minor of the particular element here. So -1, 1, 2, 2. We need to multiply -1 with 2, minus 2 into 1. So -1 into 2 is -2, -2 into 1 which is 2. So -2, -2 which is -4. Again there is -1 cube, so it is -1. So -4 into -1 which will give me 4. So similarly we are finding out all the other cofactors. So for A13, which is the third element in the first row, again similar things, we are putting the minor of this one with -1 to the power 1 plus 3. Again A21, which will be second row first column. So second row first column, this is row number 2, this is first column. So we are talking about this particular element. So like this we are doing the cofactors of all the particular elements. So I have already given the cofactors of all the particular elements. You just need to use the formula and find out every cofactor of every element. So like this we have found out all the cofactors. Now we are going to put it in the matrix. So after putting it in the matrix, the newly formed matrix, that will be 12, 4, -12, that is for the first row, -4, 2, 4, that is for the second row, 2, -1, 8, that is for the third row. So the cofactor of the first element is 12, the cofactor of the second element is 4, cofactor of the third element is -12. So like this we have put the cofactors of all the particular elements. Now this particular thing needs to be transposed. That is why we have already given it to the power of t. To the power of t means now we are going to transpose the newly formed matrix, which is part 2 of the process. So in order to transpose the newly formed matrix, so what do you mean by transposing? That means simply we need to convert the row into column and the column into row for every particular element. So if you transpose it, so here the first row was 12, 4, -12. Now instead of being the first row, it will now be the first column. That is the only thing. So instead of being the first row, it will be the first column. So the first column is now 12, 4, -12. Now instead of being the second row, it will now be the second column. So second row was -4, 2, 4. Now in the second column it will be -4, 2, 4. Now instead of being the third row, it will be the third column. So the third row was 2, -1, 8. Now the third column will be 2, -1, 8. And with this we have also transposed the newly formed matrix. So this finally is the answer of the adjoint of a matrix. So let me quickly recap what we did. First of all, we found out the cofactors of every single element starting from this particular element till this particular element, and we have jotted down all the cofactors into a matrix, which is the newly formed matrix. Now we have transposed the matrix, and for transposing we just converted the rows into the respective columns. That means the first row will become the first column, the second row will become the second column, and the third row will become the third column. So like this we have finally found the adjoint of this particular matrix. So that is it for this particular video. Here we have learned how to find out the adjoint of the particular matrix. We have first of all understood the concept, and then we have gone through a 3x3 matrix application. In the next video and in the upcoming lessons, you are going to learn about the properties of the adjoint of a matrix, the inverse of the matrix. We are going to introduce the concept, and also we are going to do an application. And finally, we are going to know about the properties of the inverse of a matrix. So more lessons to come on the next video. Keep watching and I will see you again. Bye-bye.